Peace and welcome. This is Instructor Yasir on the Knowledge of Survival podcast. Here on this podcast, we talk about self-defense, martial arts, fitness, freedom, the Second Amendment, um, my view of libertarianism, and just all around freedom and the skills and techniques that are available for you to survive. Knowledge of survival. So, survival is an all-encompassing thing, right? It's something that we all do as living species is strive to survive. So, and surviving through one day allows you to make it to the next day so that you can keep on working towards thriving and not just surviving. So, knowledge of survival. I'll strive to equip you with the skills and techniques and information and motivation needed to survive these times that we're in. So speaking of these times that we are in, I'm sure you've heard by now that recently we just had a huge bank crash with the Silicon Valley Bank that crashed. And it was important because, we know the Silicon Valley, this is the hub where all of these technology companies, most of these technology companies reside at. And this is where they're pumping out all these different things that have changed our world rapidly over the last, 20 some odd years or so. So at a fast pace. And Silicon Valley Bank was the bank for a lot of these tech startups, and they've crashed, and all that money is gone, quote unquote. We know they can just print more, right? So, but that's another conversation. So basically, what came out, I don't know if this came out today, but I've been seeing it, all over social media today, is that the Silicon Valley Bank is done. So they're not being bailed out. But there are other banks that have been bailed out. And, we know about FDIC insured and all these things. So people who lost their money, FDIC insured, you're supposed to be insured for at least 250,000. I'm sorry, is it? No, I want to say it's 250 million. Let me check on that. I want to say that is 250,000. Okay. So clients who've had more than 250,000. So 250,000 is what is protected, by our FDIC insured. So people who had more than 250,000 in their banks got bailed out. So they are being made whole from certain banks. I haven't looked into, what banks these are. That's not really even the focus of what I'm talking about. What I want to get to is what type of effect is all of this going to have moving forward or in the near future? When the virus happened in 2020, time flies by so freaking fast. But wow, I can't believe we're 3 years removed from the pandemic. But when COVID first got out there in 2020, I was saying, I think that the economic fallout from the virus is going to be worse than the actual virus itself. And we're in it now, but we haven't really seen what that looks like yet. what the economic fallout is going to be. I think that we're in it right now because we're in a recession. They're not saying that it's a recession, but all of these signs of what the experts agreed a recession is are already in place. Interest rates are ridiculous. Cars are not selling off of the lots right now because of the interest rates. Um, if you're forced to buy a car right now, the shit is insane. Groceries are insane. Gas is still too damn high. But gas has been high for a long time. I mean, gas is not at the highs that it was, a few months back, when it was $4 a gallon regularly, but it's still too damn high. I mean, things are just crazy. And what's crazy about it is that, we're over the years, we're just seeing the price of things go up and up and up, but people's income is not increasing. So people's income is not increasing. You had a slew of businesses that shut down during COVID. And unfortunately, guys, I think this is just the tip of the iceberg. I think this is just the tip of the iceberg, man. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how deep this is going to get. I'm old enough to have went through the 08, 09 recession. Pissed off about that. Well, no, I'm not pissed off about it anymore. But it definitely set me back. During that time, I was in my mid-20s and I was doing well. I owned 2 pieces of property and had a nice, condo in a nice suburb that I grew up in, down the street from where my parents live. And it just got out of hand. And it was just to the point where, I wasn't going to keep paying for something that had lost so much value. So I, like many other people during that time, I just let it go. And, but it definitely set me back because I was on a great pace during that time. And been kind of scratching and clawing to make my way back up ever since. And so here we go again with something that is a potential setback. Now, of course, whenever there's recessions or blows to the economy, it also creates opportunity as well. So I'm not going to sit here and act like it's all gloom and doom. If you set yourself up a certain kind of way where you're able to strike while prices of things are low, great. If you haven't set yourself up, start doing that right now. Start trying to get in on something to take advantage of things, when the bottom falls out of this. But when the economy goes down, violence goes up, guys. Seriously. So be vigilant. Keep, situational awareness. Number one, if you're not a concealed carry holder, of course I'm going to recommend that you do that. If you're in Northwest Indiana, come check me out for my classes. Of course, in the state of Indiana, you don't have to have a license to carry anymore, but you need to be aware of the laws in your state and what that entails. Being a concealed carry holder is a big responsibility, and you want to know, what you're dealing with as a concealed carry holder. And always train, guys. Get to the range. Go to a boxing gym. Get into an MMA gym. You need to be training in some type of fighting arts. Uh, something. You need to have your weapons. Look, let's not play with this. Let's not play with this. This bank fallout, who knows where this is going to go? Who knows where this is going to go? We haven't even really seen the bottom fall out of this thing since the pandemic happened. And we might be seeing that in the next coming months, in the next year or two. So as people start to become more and more financially strapped, people start to get more desperate. And it starts to become, if it's about me and my family eating versus you, it's going to be you. So we got to be prepared for that, guys. So don't take these things lightly. Pay attention to what's going on around you. And when in doubt, train. Peace.